And as we talked to Mr. Glassford here, I'm hoping to get the kind of confidence by listening to some of his experiences to grow my beard, because I feel it's patchy, and sometimes I just don't feel like I have it in me, to last for 365 days, let alone the first week of itch. I'm kind of worried about this and that, and so I think I'm hopeful that after listening to him that I might have the courage to put down the sharp edge, the razor. Yeah, I'm excited to listen to him, see what he has to say. I heard he's a good guy. Some viewers want to know, is there anything that you've stopped eating because of all that hair? I can't even hardly see your mouth. And when you're chuckling, I can't even see your teeth. I mean, how does that work? No, I don't think there's anything I've stopped eating, but I've been developed techniques to help eating the food. So things that have been tricky for me, milkshakes, ice cream. Ice creams were really, really hard. Soups are a challenge. Apples were really difficult at first. A hamburger, brutal. In fact, I think if anything, it was the hamburger that I couldn't do. One of the big questions that I get is, will Richard Glassford ever grow a beard this long or longer again? It's a big question, an investment I'm sure that you're ready to commit to and answer. What do you think? I think one more time, this longer than this. I think I'd like to go for 2 years, 2, maybe even 3. But I think I'll skip a couple years and just keep it nice and short and trimmed. Again, I'm going to have this support group. That means I have to talk to my son-in-laws and get them to commit, to such a thing. And it's a lot of fun to go to, a world championship or a national championship and participate in that, experience. And so it'll all depend on my support group and my significant other, for sure. Well, we're just going to have to wait and see then, I guess. Okay, I heard that you and Jim Anderson competed in the World's Beard and Mustache Competition in Austin, Texas. How did that turn out for you? Did you enjoy it? And what place did you come in when competing against so many magnificent beardsmen around the world? So the Austin, Texas World Beard and Mustache Championship was awesome. Really enjoyed that. We participated in the activities and then did some sightseeing and things. So it was a lot of fun. They have different classes in the bearding world. So they have really styled, fancy mustaches and huge ornate beards that have swirls and are kind of woven into sculptures, actually beard sculptures, I would say.
Are you serious?
And then they have the all natural, gnarly looking beard groups as well, and partial beards. I was in a category of 15.1 centimeters to 30 centimeters, and when they evaluated our beards, they measure it from your bottom lip to where your hair stops on your chin. And I was just over 15.1 centimeters. And so they tried to convince me to shave it a little shorter to make sure that, I was the longest in my division. And I couldn't do it because I was growing the year, and it was just before the year date. So I said, nope, I'm going to go into the next category above, a little longer category. And I was able to place 32nd in the world out of 107, people that were in my specific category. Again, there were probably 1,000 contestants, in different categories overall. But with mine, it was 32nd and out of 107. So I was really happy and excited for that. I want to go try doing that someday, for sure. It's on my bucket list. Okay, so did you play Santa? Is it true you played Santa? And would you do that again? I played Santa with our grandkids. That was a lot of fun. I'm sure the kids enjoyed that for sure. We were able to convince a few of the younger ones that I was really good old Saint Nick, and then the older ones, you know, obviously were having a good time with it too, and it was fun for me. I definitely would like to do that again. So, Richard, do you have any advice for fellow beardsmen? Beardsmen in general, grow a beard. Do it at least one time. You know, I've often wondered what does it look like? You know, with just a beard, and not touching it for a whole year. And I wanted to see that. I wanted to experience it. I wanted to do that with my dad, but you know, he'd already passed away, and I don't know if I could have convinced him to do it, because the number one thing is you have to have your significant other buy into it, and I don't think Grandma would have let him do that at all. So, so the timing probably was best, you know, when we did the Enchanted Forest for sure. So, are there products that you use to, you know, help your beard, to clean your beard, clean your skin? There are a lot of products out there. I was amazed at Worlds, all the different vendors that came, and it was a lot of fun, you know, looking at them, and they were very willing to let you try some. I would say that there are a ton of good products out there. You just have to find one that fits for you. Personally, I found, you know, 3 or 4 different oils that I really liked, and cleansers and conditioners. And I'll place some of those, you know, on the down below, some links that you can go to find some. But you need to have a good wash to clean the beard and the skin, and you need a good conditioner, and you need some oils. And I would say getting 2 or 3 of those is nice to have. Some different scents, you know, and also quality. Some oils will be absorbed more by the hair, and others kind of give more of a sheen and kind of a bling to the hair, which looks really cool. But there are definitely a lot of products out there, and I'll give you some links for that below. All right. As I've mentioned, make sure that you're hitting the dentist first. You know, get that all taken care of, you know, after you get that support group. There are some things to think about, you know, as you're growing, how to take care of your skin, you know, underneath your beard. Some techniques. And I used a shower head, you know, that you can take off and then shoot the water into the beard, making sure that, you know, you get all the soap and conditioner out and keeping the face, you know, healthy that way. Watch out for your zippers. Okay, if you're zipping something up, like a jacket or a hoodie, watch out for those. Out in the garden, you know, going through the corn and other types of plants, they all seem to get into the beard, and particularly squashes and zucchinis, they have little spikes on it. If you need to spray something, you know, and you're supposed to wear a mask, forget about it. You know, you can't do that. You have to get someone else to do it, or just go completely organic, which we pretty much did last growing season. Safety belts seem to always, you know, try doing that, you know, putting a safety belt on. Sleeping at night, you're gonna have to sleep kind of on your back. You sleep on the side, you know, every time you turn, you're kind of getting that caught. So there's some things that you'll encounter throughout that might be a little more challenging to you because of your lifestyle and what you do. So Richard, any last words that you would like to offer your fellow beardsmen, or just someone who wanted to try this, growing a beard for a year? Well, I would say grow your beard, or just grow a beard. Just start small. Grow for a couple months, but I definitely grow for 3 to 6 months. And that way, then you can see if you would even want to grow a beard. If you grow 3 to 6 months, it starts to grow out, and you can kind of see the pattern. Celebrate whatever your pattern is, because everyone's beard is different. And it doesn't have to look like mine or anyone else's. It needs to be yours. We're genetically different, and that's what gives beauty to our species and to beards, is the diversity, the genetic diversity, the pattern that you have. Celebrate it, own it, use it to your advantage, you know, in terms of your beard, because that's what makes us unique. So I would say grow for it. I think those are going to be fantastic tips, and tips that I want to use and employ into my beard growing habits. Thanks for the interview. Thanks, man. Bam. So we will have recommendations, product recommendations down below that you can click on as what was talked about here in our video. I think those would be some great options for you as you explore ways to take care of your own unique facial hair. And I hope that you've enjoyed listening and watching our show. And click and subscribe if you would like to see more videos about beards and science and family. Thanks for watching. Well, thanks, Mr. G, for letting me come. I've enjoyed doing this video. I have a little something for you just to show you my appreciation for being here. So thank you. Are you sure? This is awesome. Thank you. This means the world to me. No, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.